Alright, I'm here today to analyse Mark's breaststroke, and he's asked me to point out some positives and negatives within his stroke and suggest some remediation activities I can give him to improve it. Go. So Mark, there was some good points in that stroke. You had good head position. You kept your head above the water, so it kept your momentum going forward. You didn't look at the floor when you went down, so that allowed you not to lose your buoyancy in your upper body. But some flaws we picked out. Your kick is a little bit too wide, and it resembles something out of a survival stroke. So this is detrimental to your stroke because it gives you too much drag in the lower part of your body, which is why you saw a little bit of a lack of buoyancy in your legs. The other flaw with your stroke is you also push your hands underneath your body during the stroke, which allows you less propulsion out of the water. You also have a bit too much of a short stroke. You don't reach out and do a complete breaststroke movement. This allows you obviously less propulsion as you're not dragging as much water through the water. So we're going to give you some remediation techniques and we'll get you going on them and see if we can make some improvements. Okay, so we're here with Mark, and the first thing we're going to do is going to try and improve the streamline of his kick. So the first activity we're going to do is the kick with a pull buoy, where we're going to put the pull buoy above his knees, try and keep his knees together in line with his hips to create a more streamlined kick. So Mark's going to perform it. Alright Mark, another point with your technique that we found was that you had a short stroke. So we're going to do the max glide activity to increase your lunge and extension and hopefully create a greater propulsion through a longer stroke. So you want to give this one a go? Alright Mark, the last flaw we found in your stroke was the fact that your hands came under your body and caused drag during your stroke. We're going to perform the 3-2-1 stretch breaststroke now, which should improve your stroke development and also the power and length of your strokes. So we're going to perform this one now and focus on putting our arms by our side. Okay Mark, so we haven't seen great improvement just yet, but if you take these activities away and practice on them, I'm sure we'll see great improvement in your stroke.
Hey, Andrew's asked me to come in today and analyse his freestyle stroke. He's asked me to identify possible flaws and positives within his stroke and give him some hints and some remedial activities to hopefully improve his stroke. So I've asked Andrew to do his freestyle stroke, and already we can see that he has a shortish stroke, which doesn't allow his shoulders to come out of the water, which creates more drag, and also doesn't get his body to rotate along the longitudinal axes. He also has quite a low elbow, which also creates drag by causing more friction throughout the water and less propulsion, which also creates a shorter stroke length. He also had open hands, which creates less drag, as opposed to cupped hands, however does not create as much propulsion. So now I'm going to introduce some remedial activities and try and help fix these problems. Hey, I found Adam had a really good head positioning, however I also noticed that his hands were actually open while he was doing the freestyle stroke, So we're going to do the fist, swim, and piano fingers stroke. So his first 3 strokes is going to be with his hands open, and his last 3 strokes are going to be with his hands closed to show the difference. Go. Now I'm going to get Andrew to do the lateral 3s activity, which will improve his rotation along the longitudinal axis and hopefully promote a long stroke. The next activity I've got for Andrew is to teach him to have a high elbow. So we're going to get him to use the lane rope and practice his first phase of his stroke and hopefully promote sculling and hopefully so he can get some more propulsion from his first phase of the stroke. So this promotes a high elbow, as we can see. So for the last activity we're going to do chicken wings rib tickle, which will promote a high elbow recovery and also stops the swimmer from using a round arm action. So here we go. So obviously from today's activities we haven't seen a great deal of improvement, but hopefully after hopefully he can take these activities away and he'll see some more improvement later on.